right, so we have a special announcement before we continue with this run. We would like to let you all know that just like Seraph was made an exception, we're also adding Flygon, who is doing this run, up and coming, as an exception as well. So this is the second of 4 or 5 announcements we have this weekend. And we are all really, really excited to have Flygon in our group. She is a delight.
Hooray!
And
I believe she was described as an unrelenting force of positivity at one point.
that
Thank
is
you all.
entirely accurate.
Yay!
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Flygon is so good and also really hardworking, like volunteering for all kinds of tasks and being happy about it, like doing hard work and then being like, this is so much fun.
Every tweet that is going out on our account right now for when runs start was written by Flygon.
Thank you, Flygon, you're so good.
Yeah, and I just want to take the opportunity to say that we are a group that has a membership process and policy, and like we add people to the group. It's not like completely wide open; anyone can join, like some groups, but it is a thing that we want to add more people to our group as we go. So it's just something to be aware of, and we're really happy to have both Seraph and Flygon, and there's more details coming, so just keep watching as we go, and you'll learn some more about who our group is growing into. So yeah.
Welcome, Flygon.
Welcome, Flygon.
Thank you, everyone.
Yay.
Yay!
Good and nice.
Flygon is good and nice.
Also hungry.
Everyone is good.
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you all.
Also, I just want to say we have been on front page basically this entire time, as far as I know. And chat has been amazing, and we really appreciate that. There's a lot of like consternation about being a queer group on the front page, and I just want to say shout out chat and just say thank you so much for being a good chat and being a lot of fun through this whole thing, and all the donations and everything. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, chat.
Hey, chat. I think you're good and nice too.
Chat is good and nice.
Yeah, you and chat. You right there.
Yeah, you.
All right. And I think with that, we're going to throw it over to Natara, is your new host. Natara is your new host, and we are going to have this go on to Flygon, our new exception, doing Celeste, a really awesome game.
Yay! Want to say hi, Natara, and introduce yourself?
Oh, hello. My name is Natara, and I am actually going to be the host for this run and for the next 3 hours. So thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to helping out.
Awesome, thanks. I'm frozenflygone. As we've discussed, I'm going to be running Celeste Farewell, and I have Uni here as commentator. Uni, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Uni. I'm a Celeste caster.
And I'm really excited that Uni's here to be commentating my run because Farewell is really hard, and Uni knows a lot about this game. So to start off, the timer's not going to start for a little bit. I first have to name my character. So what is the name that won in Behaviour?
I am checking for you right now. It looks like in the lead is Lena, Lena.
Yay! I believe that is in honor of the composer to this game, Lena Rain. She is an amazing composer, and she's also queer, and just this music is incredible, and especially for Farewell. So, all right. So what? Yeah, don't worry. The run still hasn't started yet. We have to input a cheat code that's gonna let us get to Farewell. So I have it written down next to me. Great. So that timer in the upper left is fake. I also am going to make it just the level timer. I think it's on file time. Yeah. Give me a second, and I'm gonna turn photosensitive mode on, and screen shake is always off for me. You typically do not speedrun with screen shake on. And yeah, if you have any questions in chat, feel free to put them in, and Uni will relay them to me. But I think I'm about ready to start this run. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
So, Farewell is the newest chapter of the game. It was added as an update, free update last September. It's by far the hardest and by far the longest level in Celeste.
We're going to be skipping all the cutscenes, so if you haven't gotten to this yet in your play, don't worry, I will not ruin any of the story for you. And the story is really beautiful, so worth playing. So this first half of the level doesn't actually require any speed tech, but as you know, I'm speedrunning the game, so I'm going to use it. But the second half of the level does require it, and ramps up in difficulty. So it's kind of interesting to see the first half of the level, which is like pre-speedrunning stuff, and then the second half of the level is like post-speedrunning stuff.
So the most important speed tech that you'll see Flygon using a lot is hyper dashing, also known as wave dashing. You dash diagonally downward into the ground, and when you jump, you get a very fast and long jump, and you can actually keep your dash while you do that. So you'll see her doing that all over the place.
Oh shoot! Spike right there. All good. A new mechanic to this level are these little fishy friends, and Uni can talk a little bit about how they work.
Yeah, if you are above the fish, then you can bounce off them, but if you're below them, they'll boost you to the side. And you can see there's a little circle around them, that's where they'll boost you.
The fish are really a fun addition to this level, I think.
Yeah,
And also, oh, go ahead.
If you're familiar with bumpers in this game, they're basically bumpers except they're fun.
Yes. And before you ask, are we in space or are we underwater? No one knows. It's a weird blend of both.
Yeah, wave dashes are a hyper dash that start in mid-air, but as far as the game is concerned, they work the same.
Alright, not my best start, but it's all good. Gonna keep going. We're gonna meet another new friend up here, Jellyfish.
So do you take top or bottom path?
I am a top route gal. I just never learned the fancy ultra bottom route strats, and I feel like the top route is really fun and floaty.
Yeah, there are two routes here. One you just saw her take, where you take the jellyfish up there. It requires speed tech to get to, but it's faster for most people. And then there's a skip coming up here where she's going to take a jellyfish into the next room.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have the jelly here. Kind of lets you do some fun things.
Yeah, and then she's going to do a trick called a Jellyvator to get the jelly up to a power block.
That's right, that's right.
Missed
So
it.
back up for this. I gotta grab another jelly. I was a little too close to the left there.
Yeah, this is a pretty tricky tech where you have to drop the jelly in midair by letting go of grab while pressing down, then dash up and re-grab. It's a lot of inputs and it's very easy to mess up.
Here we go. That's like probably one of the more annoying things you have to learn when learning this level. It gets me every single time, just like nervous. Once I get past power source, I feel like I'm really playing the level and can have a good time. There's two parts to this.
This is part of a skip that skips 5 keys in this section, actually intended by the developers, and
luckily, I got that second part no problem, luckily.
Yeah, the room she's currently in, like, you can tell this is intended. The room wouldn't exist if it wasn't.
Alright, now we're free to have some fun.
Okay, this is remembered. I think a lot of people don't like this checkpoint. It has good music, though.
The music is another decisive. Oh, wow. I went really far. I was not expecting to do that. The fish can, like, bounce you really fast and far, which is sometimes helpful and sometimes annoying.
If you're holding away from the fish when they boost you, they'll give you a 1.2x speed boost, which is...
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And sometimes you don't realize that you're pushing the other direction. And I think, like, I would say most times I'm trying not to get the fish cruise, but my brain is just already pushing the other direction and it just happens. This room was notoriously difficult for me casually and has gotten really consistent in the speedrun.
Yeah, I think this is a room that a lot of people struggle with casually.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what to do there if I missed that. I need to figure out a backup for the... This room is also just like one of my least favorite rooms.
Oh, that sucks.
Right, it's like, oh, I got right to the end and then it's like, I can't finish this. It's all good. There is a door skip that I do not know how to do.
It's very hard. I did it casually, it was a mistake.
It's a big meme in the community. I'm not going for it. That room is one of my least favorite. I'm really happy I got it first try.
Yeah, that was
Dang.
one of the hardest rooms in Farewell for me.
Absolutely. Those little spiky blocks only move when I dash, so I kind of have to be careful not to just, you know, hyper into that fish, because that would not work. I think this is one of my favorite rooms in the entire game. It just feels so fun. I also really,
which one you're in.
The one where it's like you have the big jelly and you're just like zooming across the screen with all the coins.
Oh yeah, that one's
so
fun.
It's just really, really fun. Ooh, I did not mean to look up right there. Oh. This big long room with the fish and the little moving block is really annoying.
Yeah, there's a strat that some people go for where you do a demo. Do you do any demos in this run?
Yes, I will. I'm gonna go for the.
Okay, I will explain it
demo.
then. There's a trick you can do where you press down at the start of your dash, then quickly redirect in another direction, and it allows you to get a smaller hitbox during the dash. And so some people will go for a demo where they do that and go through spikes in the auto-scroller room, and they're crazy. I don't understand why anyone would do that.
This is
probably the best place for donations, if there are any.
Yep, go ahead.
Perfect. I was just going to ask. We actually got a $50 donation from Flygone Fiance. And it says, so excited for Flygon and her marathon debut with such an amazing speedrun. I'm so amazed by your growth and skill at this game, and also every other game. Happy wave dashing and catch that bird. Thank you so much for that. And just a reminder for those who are just joining us to give you a bit of information about this event. This event is Undefined Behaviour, a showcase and speedrunning marathon centered around queering games and queerness in games. For this marathon, we're exploring glitchy, unusual, and marathon unsafe runs, as well as adjacent and related queer gaming content. We queer games when we reject limits and rules, when we play in atypical ways, and when we read diversity into stories and themes. This is the very first Undefined Behaviour Marathon, and we're so excited to share all of these games and showcases with you.
Thanks, Atara. Alright, we're moving into Event Horizon.
The section... Sorry. We've now entered the section of level where speedrun tech is required. We unfortunately skipped the cutscene where we learned how to wave dash. That's an excellent cutscene.
We're gonna watch at the end. There's an incentive.
Oh, really?
Yeah! So we'll learn how to...
I'm very happy about that.
Me too.
So you'll be able to see that.
I had a time in that Kevin block room. That room is one of my least consistent. It's just like really tight in a lot of places, and there's a lot of things going on. And it's unfortunately
clip.
really long. So
yeah, that's a hard room.
Farewell really just is a lot sometimes. There'll be rooms I take for granted.
The Event Horizon, the checkpoint Flygone's currently in, is by far my favorite checkpoint.
It's so fun. It is legitimately fun.
Ooh, that death on on the moving blocks.
Yeah, no, the Kevin room was really messing with me. Sorry, that's why I put a pretty high estimate, because it's like, I know this chapter, I've played it a million times. Sometimes, like, you can really just get into death loop on some areas.
Yeah, Farewell is a level where you can just lose 5 minutes and not do anything about it sometimes.
Oh, I hit that spring early. Dang it. I'm on this room with this moving block and a lot of spikes. The room I call the worst room in the entire game.
Yeah, comb room.
Yep.
Pretty notorious.
And it's like I
somehow got
have
it third try casually. I don't understand how.
Wow. Uni, you're just really good at this game. Sorry.
I knew that, and then I couldn't beat, like, there were 3 screens in this that I couldn't beat for like 30 minutes, so.
Oh yeah, same. So for context, chat, this chapter took me 8 hours casually. And the last screen of it was 2 hours. And I speedrun this game. It's a hard chapter. Now I can beat it. My PB is 21 minutes and 1 second.
That skip scares me in the really long room.
I love that skip. I just learned it recently and it looks so cool. And I get to avoid a feather.
I was scared you were going to do both parts of it.
No, no. I'm not that cool. Comment was like, it's not that hard. Yes, it is. Yeah, and the great part about Farewell is that like there are a good amount of different difficulties and strats too. Like, you know, you could just learn the level a bit faster, but there are some medium strats, really hard strats. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing with Celeste, where if you want to do the really hard strats that World Record's going for, you can. You probably shouldn't, but you can. But then you can really... This game is as easy to speedrun as you make it, pretty much.
Yep, agreed. It comes built in with a timer. Like, you can just go faster by not dying. It's really great.
Yeah, we're now in Determination, which I know is Flygone's favorite checkpoint.
I was gonna say, hold on, you can go faster by not dying? I don't understand.
Yeah, dying saves approximately 5,361 seconds.
I love it.
I make up a new number every time. Alright, there, I got that demo. Whew, whew. Alright. Lava blocks are back from core, and we hate them.
Yeah, so the demo there, again, press down during the first couple frames of your dash, redirect to a different direction, and you get a smaller hitbox. We have a button that allows us to do it for us. I don't know how it works. It's not a macro.
Yeah, it is not cheating. It's extremely helpful and looks really cool. So. And speaking of core, if you've played this game and played core, you recognize these blocks. The thing that I didn't understand for the longest time was that you get your dash back in this level. Because for the longest time I was trying to climb without dashing. That doesn't make any sense. So, with the knowledge that you can dash, it's still hard. Anything that's cycle-based in this game is really hard for me. I'm not a patient person. I just want to zoom and cycle. So we have this wind spring room, which is the bane of my existence. One of the other hardest levels of the game for me. The good thing is retrying this game is extremely fast. I even have like a little button that Uni taught me that puts down and confirm on the same button and allows me to skip cutscenes extremely fast and retry extremely fast. So it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, we use the same button we use to do the demo dash thing to menu, and it makes menuing really fun, I have to say.
It does. In that room, you can either take the checkpoint or not take the checkpoint. I'm not that good at the room in general, so I always take the checkpoint. The waterfalls are really hard. Yeah, I knew I wasn't far enough right on that. The other Kevin block room is also really hard.
This room's cool, though.
It is.
Really hard, but it's cool.
I like this room, but it has a Kevin block and a feather, so, you know.
And I know the next room is, it's something.
This
Fevers
room...
and cycles.
This room is probably personally the hardest room for me. I reset at the beginning there because that gets me on a more comfortable cycle for my brain. It saves a little bit of time, but it saves a lot of time when we're dying. So worth it for me. In old speedruns, like even in any percent, you used to see that. Some people would just prefer the death cycle, and you skip right to it.
Yeah, I remember in Free C, people did that for like half a year after the game came out.
Yeah, exactly. Stubbornness is this checkpoint, all time and music based. Really,
Yeah, this checkpoint is not fun to speedrun. If you die, it gets much harder. Stubbornness is the only part of the game that is based on global cycles. And so it's all based off of music. If it's on one beat entering one room, it's going to stay on that beat. It doesn't reset in each room. And that makes it so that you are always going to be on the same cycle entering the next room, and it's not fun. Also, you might see Flygon dashing down in place a few times. Dashes cause 3 frames of lag, and this section is based off real time, because music, instead of in-game time. So that lag doesn't count for in-game time. And we use in-game time.
Alright, it's fine. I'm just gonna go a little slow on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
This room, this is one of the rooms you die in, and...
When I die in that room, I get so tilted, and also, like, it messes up my brain, and then I die like 5 more times. Stubbornness for me is like, I gold it, or I lose an entire minute. There's like no in between.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like stubbornness.
Okay, I'm out of there without much trouble. That was pretty okay.
Okay, and now we're entering Reconciliation. Very cool checkpoint.
The best my favorite checkpoint, a lot of people's favorite checkpoints. It is the reward of speedrunning Farewell. The music is incredible. Everything flows so beautifully. I sometimes just pick up the game to play this checkpoint. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah,
we have our bird friend here.
This checkpoint is really cool in that it actually allows you to skip battling in the birds, whereas a similar section in Reflection, you have to hit battle in each time, or in Summit is what I was thinking. Here you can skip them, and it really rewards going fast.
I love that they added that in. You can skip the bird and battle in every time, theoretically.
Yeah, this song is amazing.
This is my favorite song.
Also, because I'm here, I think I'm legally obligated to complain about birds.
Yes.
Birds are the worst.
Birds are hard to catch.
Birds fling you 2 pixels further if you have died in the room they are in, and I hate it.
Wow, that is incredibly rude.
Why are they sassing you for dying? That's hilarious.
I know it's unintended. I don't know what causes it.
I'm sure that messed with the task.
No kidding. There was a strat that is very easy to do unassisted, but is impossible to do tasks.
That's hilarious. So yeah, kind of the mechanic of a lot of these screens is you gotta get to the power source and then you can move on from the screen. Similar, it's exactly the same power source as we saw in the first checkpoint with the key skip. And then we have fishies just floating and being in the way. Love it.
The devs have actually been really cool about speedrunning. Like, if they get feedback from the speedrunners, they usually change things to make it better for them.
Yep, it's super nice.
Yeah, I jokingly suggested to Kevin, the audio designer for the game, that they make a change to the room, and he actually considered it.
Super cool. Also, isn't your name in the game?
Yeah, there's a secret hidden in one of the audios that has the names of a bunch of community members. I'm one of them.
Whoops, I thought I was gonna get the boost there and I didn't. This strat in this room is really fun. Also really scary, but skips a lot. I'm really bad at the casual cycle for that, so making the speed cycle is more consistent for me, and it looks really cool to just skip that first moving block. You kind of do like a little double jump thingy. I don't understand how it works, but it's cool.
Yeah, it was that secret. It was one of the glitch noises or something. Audio spectrograph, I don't know.
It's really cool. You can like look up the images. But yeah, this checkpoint's just so cozy.
Hi, Sex Rex. Sex Rex is a person who has played Celeste before.
Nice. Has played it before. And then when the music drops right here. I just love this music so much. Ooh, that feather room with the electricity scares me so much. I'm happy.
Yeah, it's a very fun section to speedrun, but it can be very punishing. Like, a death can lose, like, 20 seconds.
I always get hecked on the very last one, too, so it's just like, come on! I'm resisting the urge to come along.
Why are you resisting that urge?
I'm sure it would sound very out of sync.
Worth it.
I would, but I have stream muted.
Alright, we're approaching the end of Recreation. And you know what that means, everyone.
And if you don't know what that means, the last screen of Farewell is long, to say the least. Matt Forson, the main level designer, they apologized on Twitter for this screen.
It is longer than the speedrun to the first level and second level if you're good.
That is intense.
Yeah, fortunately, after the first bit, most of the screen is fairly easy, but again, if you mess up, this can be well over a minute lost.
Yep.
So, let's go.
Let's go. Whew. I'm gonna play a little scary cat, just because I can.
I do not blame you in the slightest.
Alright. You can hold up to go fast here. Scary. Those fish are mean. There is a feather in this room. That is also extremely mean to me. But it's gonna be fine.
It's very tense watching this, I have to say.
Okay.
Got the feather?
I got the feather. It's not over.
Yeah.
But it's
The feather's probably the hardest part of a screen after the first little
Yo,
part.
I really almost hit that electricity on my head. I did that in practice today.
I'm scared.
Alright, we did it.
Nice.
Oh, that's all I wanted. First try farewell. Oh, that checkpoint's called farewell. Say goodbye to her. Yay!
You were so close to the electricity.
That was so close, right? That was so close. I'm skipping all the cutscenes so you guys don't get spoiled. Oh my gosh. Okay, all things said and considered, that beginning is pretty rough, but I'm extremely happy with that for a marathon run. I put my estimate at like 30 minutes because anything can happen. I wanted anything under 25. Also, this is my first marathon I've ever run, so I was pretty nervous. But thank you for everyone who watched, and thank you so much, Uni, for talking when I was trying to figure everything out. I appreciate you.
Of course. 23:26 is a really good time for a marathon run, much less your first marathon run.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. Like my PB is a 21:01, so like that's absolutely not far off at all. And so we have one more thing left to do. Listen to the wavedash.powerpoint. I'm so excited for this. This is also how I relax after I do runs on my own stream. So it's like perfect. Yeah, it's like perfect.
So Celeste is very well known for teaching its players mechanics in subtle ways. So it typically won't just tell you how to do something, it'll provide you with a screen where you have to figure out what to do on your own, and it'll be intuitive what to do on that screen. It's really good.
And we kind of skipped over this heart gate. So you see that usually you have these heart gates and you have to prove that you have achieved enough hearts, but you can just kind of skip over it in the speed run, and this is where the draft starts. But anyway.
So this is how the game teaches you how to wave dash.
Yay! Alright, I'm gonna say all the words. It's gonna be very fun. I like the timer going. Wave dash and you, a practical solution for catching birds in space. Can't catch that bird? Fact. Birds are hard to catch. Wow, it's fast! Also, it can fly. And part of you won't help. She's the worst. Impossible? Introducing wave dashing. Whee! With wave dashing, you can jump very far and regain your dash at the same time. It's easy, quote unquote. How it's done. Jump. Dash diagonally right or left into the ground. Immediately jump again and hold forward. You did it! With that beautiful MS drawing illustrating how you should not go into this kind of stuff. Go you. Trouble in paradise? If you don't regain your dash, you're starting too low to the ground. If you don't get much distance, you're starting too far from the ground. Happy wave dashing! Now you're an expert in wave dashing, and you too can wave dash in Celeste. So then this little...
your delivery of that was very good.
Thank you. So over here you have like a little practice playground essentially to wave dash. So that's exactly what I do throughout the run. I jump down right, and then you just fly away and you get your dash back. So that's how wave dashing works. So now you know. And with that, I think that is the conclusion of my farewell run and showcase. And thank you so much for having me, Educase Collective. I love you all.
Yeah, it was great to be here.
Thanks so much to both of you for being here. While we get ready for our next run, which is going to be Lena's Inception, we're just going to chill here and enjoy some lovely music. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.